Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Secretary, welcome. I want to talk for a moment about seafood. The American people love seafood, as you know. We consume about 7 billion pounds a year, 21 pounds for every man, woman, and child in our country. Do you happen to know what percentage of the seafood that we eat is imported?
I do not.
It's about 94%. Your agency is in charge of inspecting this imported seafood, as you know. Do you happen to know what percentage of that 94% that we import is inspected by your agency?
I don't.
Yeah, it's about 1%.
Yes, it's small, yeah.
And of that 1% that your agency inspects, it finds something wrong with about a third. Let's take crawfish from China or shrimp from India. These countries compete with American producers. These countries subsidize their seafood producers. We don't.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
These countries allow their producers to ignore quotas. These countries allow their producers to ignore where they're supposed to fish. But the worst thing these countries do, they don't abide by environmental regulations. They shoot their products full of antibiotics. If you eat enough shrimp from India, you will grow an extra ear. They also engage in false advertising. No one needs an extra ear, Madam Secretary. Let me, for example, this is Chinese crawfish. Because of the way they produce it, horrible, horrible environmental conditions. And because the government subsidizes it, they can sell it for $8, this. Where in America it costs $14. But look how they do it. The Chinese call it Boudreaux's brand of crawfish tail meat, wild caught. I don't know anybody in China named Boudreaux. Okay? Something's got to be done, Madam Secretary. Yeah. I mean, the people at your seafood import monitoring program are wonderful people.
Yeah.
But all this product is coming in, and it's harmful, and it costs us jobs. Would you share your thoughts with me?
Yeah. So let me say a few things. First of all, I really appreciate your comment. And it's clear we can do more, and I want to work with you to do more. We are extremely focused on transshipment of fish support, from China through Vietnam to the U.S., which is why we imposed a countervailing duty on that. We're trying to add the duty wherever we can, even if it goes, from China to another country, Malaysia, Vietnam to the United States. We're very focused on illegal fishing, unregulated fishing, also mostly done by China. Very focused on that, working with CBP on that. But I share the concern. It's unfair to American workers. It's unfair to American fisheries. It's unsafe, as you say.
And we don't need extra ears.
And we definitely don't need extra ears.
This stuff is dangerous.
Yeah. So we have to do more, and I'll commit to doing more.
Last question. I want to follow up on my friend Senator Moran's questions. You're right that the Infrastructure Act says your agency can't set broadband prices. But I keep getting reports that you are. For example, I'm not going to tell you who gave this to me, but in Virginia, when you're negotiating the Virginia plan, your agency required Virginia to have a preset or predeterminable price certain as a condition to receive any BEAD funding. So it sounds to me like, at least in Virginia, the allegation is that your people are setting a price. And I keep hearing this in other states too.
We are not. And if you hear it, you should call me, because we're not. It's not what the law says, and we aren't doing it. And your state, by the way, has done a fantastic job and was, I think, the very first state to be approved and will be the first state to get their money. The fact of the matter is, Alaska is very different than Louisiana. I can't say what's affordable and low cost in Alaska versus Louisiana. It's just, it's different. So we're allowing for flexibility, and we're working in an iterative fashion with states to make sure it's low cost. But we're not telling them what low cost is in their state. It's a balance, and like I said, I'm pretty hands-on in this, and if you have concerns about these states, I'm happy to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy. I hope you will provide the committee with the explanation of how it is that the seafood promotes the growth of a third ear,
I will.
because I find that very interesting. Senator Pete.
Couple extra
Senator
fingers
Heinrich.
too. It's the antibiotics. If you eat enough of this stuff, you become antibiotic resistant. In addition to the extra ear.
Although there are some people I think could use an extra ear.
That's true.
So that they could listen a little better, but, all right, Senator Heinrich.